Hello, and thanks for watching Parks in Your Pocket. My name is Dave, and today I'm headed into Magic Kingdom. Now, this is a little bit of a vlog of me going into Tomorrowland is the plan today. Try and film some of the rides there and give you guys some idea of what to expect when you get on the rides, as to, you know, if your knees are gonna bop or anything. So, walking in, haven't been here in a while. It is July 30th, so it's Friday, July 30th. The mayor of Orange County has declared a state of emergency because of the COVID Delta variant that is currently taking off like a rocket here. Our case rate is really high, so probably going to have my mask on if I'm around anybody here, just because this thing is spreading pretty far. Now, don't worry about me too much. I am vaccinated, but just to keep myself safe and, you know, the people around me safe, just in case I could catch it, have a breakthrough infection, I want to wear a mask and try and keep myself safe anytime that I'm around a whole bunch of people, because that's probably the smartest thing to do. Because even though I probably wouldn't get like really ill and wind up in the hospital, nobody wants to be sick for 2 weeks, you know, because that, even if you're vaccinated, you can still get it and feel pretty nasty. So I want to try and avoid that, especially since I'm going into these big crowds. So let's go in. I'll get through security, probably take a ferry ride, and head on into Tomorrowland. So here at Magic Kingdom, they don't actually have the trams running. They haven't for a while, just because piling a whole bunch of people on the trams isn't really that cost effective, I guess. So this is one of the few times you're able to walk in the tram roadway. Hopefully a few times. Hopefully the trams will come back. So I haven't done this before. That was mildly fun, walking through that, but man, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And it does look like walking through this tram area actually makes you have to go farther, because the sidewalk on this side actually just connects right to security. But nope, how do you go the long way around? Okay, so this is the line for tickets for today. All right, so coming through the ticket booth, I have the option of going on the monorail or the ferry boat. I did not make it to the ferry boat. It's about to take off. You can tell because the bridge is up right there. So there is another one coming. They come pretty regularly, but I kind of like the idea of the open air ferry boat a little bit more than the monorail. And there comes another one. And the crowd here is kind of packing in to try and rush onto the boat.
Welcome aboard, guys. Watch your step.
All right. So I'm not so worried about sitting down, so I'm just going to head back to the back of the boat here, because that's where you get off of the boat. All right, we stopped dragging the bottom. Nice.
Oh, we were on the bottom. Okay, that's...
It appears that our ferry boat, can't make it across the lagoon, so we're headed back to the dock, or we might try and dock with another boat to get off of this boat. I think we'll probably just go back to the dock and get off. But
be some mad skill right here.
no, maybe we might be able to go. We've been kind of sitting out here on the lake for a while, a lot longer than usual, so we'll see. All right, I made it into the park in Magic Kingdom. Headed around to Tomorrowland. And going to try and get on all the rides over there. I don't know how bad the wait times are going to be. Judging from the crowds here, it's probably not going to be very, very short wait times at all. Tomorrowland. Got the laugh for Astro Orbiter, which I don't know if that's running or not. That's the line for Buzz Lightyear. Space Ranger spin. So, oh boy, it's gonna be a long day. Oh no, there are people up at Astro Orbiter, so that might be running. People are coming down from the People Mover. This morning when I was heading out of the house, I accidentally forgot my big water bottle. So I need to find some water somewhere. Hopefully a bottle that I can refill. So that's probably pretty high on my to-do list right now. All right, well, it is about 90 degrees right now. It's a little bit after like 1:30, I think, maybe a little bit later than that. I got into Tomorrowland. The Tron bikes that I was hoping to take a look at are no longer here. So those are not going to be happening probably until Tron is about to open up. Then I'll be able to take a look at those bikes. Had a bug on me. Anyway, so I'm going to try and get through as many of the rides here in Tomorrowland as I can, and do reviews of them and film myself getting into the seats so that everybody knows what to expect. Unfortunately, I forgot my water bottle at home on the way in. I was putting everything in the bag and just put that next to the bag and didn't pick it up when I picked up the bag. So, oops. I had to pick up a bottle of Dasani. The expensive water here in the parks is like $3.50 for just a little bottle of water. So I'm going to hold on to that and refill it with ice water from concession stands that I can get for free. So at least that'll only be out $3.50. Anyway, I've been keeping my mask on everywhere, and it is pretty rough. Due to the state of emergency, I just don't want to let my guard down. So I'm struggling. You know, it's a thing. I look around and I know that there's several new symptoms to look out for, and I'm seeing those symptoms, like a lot of runny noses everywhere. But that could be allergies. But could be COVID. Who knows? Hopefully not COVID. You know. But just keeping my eye out. You know, for me, it's home. For other people, it's like a magical vacation, an escape from doing stuff. I mean, the laws of physics still exist here. But a lot of people seem to think it's vacation time to let my guard down. I don't know if that's the safest thing to do. But anyway, I sweat in buckets again. Got my sweat gutter on. That is so helpful. The hat is extremely helpful for me. If you have the same problem I have and you're follically challenged, if you sweat really bad and you shave your head, and you wear glasses, it's going to be really easy for these things to fall off. Because any day that I shave my head, my glasses just want to fall off. So what I have are these little hooks on the back of my ear. So if I'm on a ride or anything, my glasses don't come off because they're hooked onto my ears. And that solves that problem for me. If I didn't have these things, my glasses would be slipping off my nose every second or two. Just every time I turn my head, my glasses would be flying off my face. So if you're a sweater like I am, and you know, a shiny, I guess is a nice term for it, those might be good for you if you wear glasses. But definitely recommend the sweat gutter. Even if you have hair, it's really been I'm not even getting like sponsorship or anything for that. I really like that thing and recommend it because it works really well. Okay, so I have Carousel of Progress can do that one. Astro Orbiter's line was really long. Buzz Lightyear's line was really long. Every line is really long. So I'm just gonna have to kind of grin and bear it and stand in line for a long time and get these rides filmed and reviewed. I mean, I've ridden these rides a whole bunch of times. I could just sit here and tell you about them, but you guys want to see it. So I got to put in the time for you guys, and I will. All day, apparently, because these are some long lines. I had never seen this before, and I just talked to the nice lady at the end of the People Mover line. So the People Mover line ends here, and I'm in front of Astro Orbiter. So the People Mover line goes all the way down that way, stakes back and forth a whole bunch of times, and goes up to the People Mover. I've never seen it that long, but apparently it's only about 25 minutes. Yesterday, she was all the way down in, like, next to teacups. So, wow, that would be a very long wait for the People Mover. I'm going to try and get in Astro Orbiter. I'm trying to figure out where the line is. So Astro Orbiter. Any bags or anything goes against the silver railing back here. So that's where I'm going to put that right there. All right, and then I'm going to jump into this rocket here. So there's a step. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you're coming on a rainy day,
all pilots, to ensure
this can be very slick.
Remain seated.
All right, I am in. I got to get the seatbelt on. My hips are too wide for this, but I can put one hip in at a time. The seatbelt has plenty of room.
To make your
Once I get in,
higher, pull back on the control lever in front
I have plenty of room. It's like I'm not pressed in here.
Thank you.
I can reach the control lever. So I don't normally get dizzy on these kinds of rides, but this one I actually do kind of get dizzy on, especially at night, unless I look at the horizon. Also, the breeze is kind of wanting to take my hat off, so I'm going to spin that around. All right, so you get really good views though for the split second that you see them. And if you're able to go during the fireworks and you can get that castle view, that's pretty awesome. Hopefully that shot isn't terrible, because that was difficult to do. I am already dizzy just from this little bit of going around like this, because I'm looking at the camera and everything is flying around me. All right, I think that's usually the sound that means, hey, your ride is over. Now when it decelerates, you start to push against this wall pretty hard. So my high center of gravity doesn't do me any favors there. Oh yeah, I'm dizzy. And I'm on the wrong side. I'm not near my bag, so I gotta go get my bag. So it is interesting being able to see the Tron ride. I checked, and the Tron cycles are no longer available to try out, so I was not able to. But it looks like it's coming along. It looks like it's not going to be too much longer before that's going to start testing and everything. So looking forward to that. I'm going to try and get on the Tomorrowland Speedway next. We'll see. And I went into Anti-Gravity's ice cream parlor, which is right here next to Merchant of Venus. Inside of there was hardly any line, and they were able to give me like 4 cups of ice water just for myself. So instead of eating the ice from the bins, I'm gonna eat the ice from the ice cups. Which is the way to go. Shady spots are at a premium anytime it's this hot. So I found one that has maybe about a 1/3 shade. There's a little bit of tree up there. So I'll take what I can get, but I need to rehydrate because I've been dripping for an hour. So I gotta get some water in me. Yeah, Astro Orbiter, I don't know, it's like half of it was down. So it's like that half of the rockets weren't working, and they were only letting half each ride vehicle or like ride group go at a time. So that didn't seem usual to me, but new normal. So next up, I'm going to head over to the Tomorrowland Speedway. Last time I rode that, I was with my nephew, and he was, I think, like 3 or 4, and he obviously couldn't drive, but he was driving, and I was controlling the gas. So I got bash to the left, bash to the right, bash to the left, repeat for the entire ride. It was no fun. But let's see how it goes with just me. I had never noticed this before, but this first lane has the steering wheel on the right side instead of the left side, so it's the European version. Looks like all the other lanes have it on the right or the left side, but all the cars in this lane have it on the right side. Interesting. Thankfully, here at Tomorrowland Speedway, they do have these awnings, which they help a lot, because this would be awful with no shade at all. This would be not a great wait. But this one seems to be moving a lot faster than Astro Orbiter did, because it has a lot more capacity. There's so many more cars than on Astro Orbiter, so there's just a lot of people can be on the ride at the same time. So there's a constant flow of people on and off. So this one goes pretty fast. It's about a 30-minute wait. I would say more than likely I'm looking at about 20 minutes, really, start to finish, to getting on this thing. So even though there are nice awnings here, you definitely want to be careful because I can bop my head on this. I'd say if you're anywhere like 6'5" and up, you have a chance of hitting your head on these when you're going down the ramp. So a couple of them have a little bit of a low clearance. So keep your eyes up.
Alright, make sure you buckle up.
Yeah, I'm trying. Getting in is the hard part. Oh. Alright.
These cars are
Yeah.
from the 70s. Yeah, here you go.
Alright, thank you.
Bumping other cars, press down to go, lift up to stop.
Okay.
All set.
Well, kind of, yeah. Alright. So this is awkward. Trying to get my foot on the gas. Down to go. Alright, yeah. So you can see that it's a struggle to fit in this one. My leg is rubbing against the steering wheel pretty hard. I can't steer. I can't steer. All right. Well, my nephew did a better job than I did. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is not friendly for me at all. If I didn't have the camera, I might try pushing the gas pedal with my my hand instead of my foot. All right. So give it a little bit more gas. Gets a little bit more comfortable when I can get my leg down lower. But this camera is not doing me any favors. So 1 second, I gotta switch hands. Let's see if I switch hands. It gets a little easier, maybe? Maybe half. All right. No. It's awful. This is harder than it looks. Especially with stuff wrapped around my arm. Okay, it's still recording. Now that I have my right hand driving, things are working a little better. Not great. Okay. This is a commuter simulator, really. I don't see anybody texting and driving, so it's not very accurate. All right. I'm not flooring it, but I've got the gas most of the way down. I'm able to manage this. The steering wheel is covered in kind of a silicone kind of rubber kind of substance there, and that is giving me friction burns on my leg because I can't okay, kind of all or nothing for me. If I want to slow down, I just have to take my foot off the gas because I can't just barely push it. I feel sorry if there's people behind me that are like, why are you not going faster? Because I'm struggling and it hurts. I can't push the gas very easily. Like my legs are just laid out real wide, and I'm just getting what I'm getting here. So I would, from a perspective of being on the ride, I would not recommend that people my size ride this ride, because the legs are just not, they just don't work. Just pressed against there. It's easier to use my hand. All right, I am getting on the people mover. Gonna make a video about this one. So the line is not out all the way to Fantasyland now, so that's a good sign. Apparently it's less than 15 minutes wait if it's inside of the chains around the actual entrance to the ride. So shouldn't be a very long wait at all. So there is a turnstile here, but they do have the chain if you need to be able to get through. All right, so this is the escalator. It can be squishy. Definitely a unique kind of escalator. And it can be a little slippery when it's wet, so it's another thing to look out for when it's wet. Which it's wet a lot here in Florida. Surprise. The loading station is on a big rotating platform. So when you're on the rotating platform, you're moving at the same speed as the ride vehicles, so they're easier to get onto. Plenty of room in this. I mean, if we had 4 of me, we could probably get in here without a problem.
Please supervise your children. Stay clear of the doors, which will open and close automatically.
I take my hat off because it's dripping a little bit. I'm still gonna keep my mask on, but so this is the people mover. Nice big seats, giant seats,
For your safety,
armrests,
throughout your journey, keeping your hands.
And you go on these rails and you make single serving friends. You can wave at people and maybe sometimes they'll wave back at you.
Which will open and close automatically.
Nope. 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 Nope, I lost. I did not get any single serving friends that time. So you get some really nice views of like a lot of Tomorrowland. You come around, you get inside view of Space Mountain. Space Mountain. I always block the name of that one because I hate that ride so much. You get a lot of indoor views of all the buildings around here in Tomorrowland. The first place you go is around out to the entrance of Tomorrowland. And you go around next to the castle and you get a good view of the castle. Yeah. Nice view. Pretty. If you time it just right during the fireworks, sometimes it works out. There's miniatures.
For an experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Progress City was the inspiration for Epcot, and many of its forward-thinking ideas have been realized throughout Walt Disney World.
So that was the original kind of mock-up of Epcot.
Put the pedal to the metal and speed towards the checkered flag in your very own race car. Young or old, this is your chance to drive in the fast lane without worrying about getting a speeding ticket.
Yes, I definitely would not worry about getting a speeding ticket on that ride. All right, here comes another chance to make some single-serving friends. Wave at them. Hey, we got the single-serving friends, yeah! All right. We got one. Oh, here's another chance. Here's another chance. We gotta wave at them. There we go, we got one. We got two. We got two, all right. Everybody else is antisocial, and that's fine. You're allowed to be antisocial. It's nice and cool in here, but should be inside of the same area as the Space Mountain, so you can hear them screaming. There we go. There's Space Mountain there. Incredibly hard to see. You don't have to trust me. You're in the same area. You can hear the people screaming. You can make out a little bit of the lights there on the frame. And now it's 8,000 degrees again. We have a chance to make more single-serving friends. I got one. All right. Okay, here comes some more. Here comes some more. Not a one. Nobody at all. The nice thing is I can be embarrassed, but I'm never going to see those people again. That's great. Now there's a little spot back there that's actually a nice little spot to go. It's out of the way, hardly anybody knows about. It's next to these bathrooms.
We're now approaching
that are in Tomorrowland.
Inside this
there's hardly ever anybody over there, and there's a lot of shady spots to sit. So if you're here on a hot day, that's a pretty good place to go if you're going to take like a 20-minute break. Now, the People Mover is not necessarily thrilling. It's more of a, I want to sit and be entertained and look at stuff and maybe drink my water bottle for a little bit kind of ride. All right, so in here you can see Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, I think. Oh no, this is not it. This is a different thing.
Calling all Space Rangers, this is Buzz Lightyear.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, there it is.
Join me on this
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin.
Action odds and laughter thereafter at Monsters Incorporated, so drop in and join Mike Wazowski and all his pals at Monsters Incorporated Laugh Floor. Share the fun. It's been a pleasure to have you aboard.
Here's the last
Enjoy
chance
the rest of your day and have
to
a
make some single-serving friends. I got one. 1, 2. Awesome. Oh, whole family. Nice. Hey, single-serving friends. Nice. Got a lot of them on that one. That's great. Okay, well, I rode the People Mover, and I got the Speedway and Astro Orbiter done. I don't know if I feel like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin today. It's getting pretty hot, and this mask, I've dried it out a few times, but it keeps getting wet because I'm sweating real hard right now. So I'm getting a little hungry, and I don't like to eat in the parks. So I think I've done a pretty good job for today. I got three videos coming your way, guys, and hopefully I'll be able to film some more and get a bunch of them coming out here in fairly soon. I'll try and do one a week, so I'll usually film a whole bunch and then edit them and trickle them out. So you'll notice I don't change shirts. Oh, so you'll notice I don't change shirts, and I hit the microphone a lot when I talk about my shirt. Anyway, I'm gonna head out of here. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe, and let me know what rides you would like me to review next. I'm kind of trying to make sure I get everything in Magic Kingdom first, and that way I'm not bouncing all over the place. Just to try to put a little bit of order to the chaos. So that way I'm not just constantly trying to be like, what do I feel excited about doing? It's like I just need to check another thing off my list, because that helps me mentally getting used to getting back out here during the pandemic. But yeah, it's worrying, but at the same time it's good to be back out here. So all right, well, thank you very much for watching. My name is Dave, and I'll see you again real soon. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I also want to thank all of our Patreon supporters, our Pocketeers. If you're interested in becoming a Pocketeer, please check out the Patreon link up above. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you really should follow me on Instagram to see some of the really cool pictures I've been taking around the parks.